This is an anachronism that I posted in January the 27th of 2020 with the subtitle, Ears Upon Some California Dirt, Listening for Signs of Life on Mars. It has an epigraph by Rebecca Lindenberg. It goes like this. You are as beautiful as a telephone, colors of bone, rocket ship, and cocktail lounge. So why can't you call? Oh yeah, because it's mean week. I didn't mean to, honey, I promise. I didn't because I'm mean, too, occasionally. Occasionally, I try to be mean. I find it difficult. Isn't that strange? Family I come from and everything. See, I did it. Oh, yes, I did. But it isn't ever easy. Also, when everyone is down and I'm the clown, the funny and most depressing clown you've ever heard, depressing is worse than scary because depression's the scariest when everybody's just back from the party down from a log. Down like a log. Because down is where logs usually get made. So down is usually where they must be to get logged, you know? Unless there's some new technology of which I am yet to be made aware, which is always the case as it turns out. What was I asking? The question which keeps burning my eyes red and turning my head into rotten hammered potatoes, since I'm presently catching up on music, because I've been nearly 4 years in the bunker, unable to show my face, unable to move my lips sometimes, unable to pay for the spinach I needed to beat up Bluto. I must give a shout out to Tierra Whack. Beating people up is something everyone knows I do regularly. Like bigot jokes. Funny thing is, since nobody really knows me anymore, and they never really seem to, but there were once plenty who were around enough to, you'd think. And like I just noted, parenthetically, since maybe nobody ever even hardly knew me to begin with, these bigoted beating up jokes maybe are best not brought up. I know many rumors that have started because of opening my mouth to riff on what I absolutely believe to be true and fine, yet have never even tried such things, like bungee jumping. Only these things are usually about sex. Not sex while bungee jumping either. But note to depressing clown self trying someday again perhaps and flailingly failing to liven up the downtrodden. It's a party, damn it. Nope. To be real, which oddly is a rather hard-headed goal, I'm a pacifist to the extreme. Heck, I even planned conscientious objection or hitchhiking to Canada from Arkansas if a war broke out back when the draft was the draft, or really half a draft, and one I'd yet to sign up for. It was the days of Jimmy Carter, and I believe I'd have to go to war with Iran. I believed I'd have to go to war with Iran. It was 1979. I was all of 12 years old that Christmas. The first one of the infamous hostage crisis. Okay, toddlers, think Ben Affleck's Argo. Mean again. We're friends, right? Nah, I'm just joking. But decent fellows. No, I'm just joking. But respect, man. I was never mean to you. Was I ever mean to you? Sure, I had to pretend to be mean just to make sure you don't slip and fall. It has happened more than once. And somehow you keep missing that. Missing everything about nice and help and promises and respect and gracious and gratuitous. The good kind. You had a dream, you said. You seemed serious. Called it that at first. Then it was just something you had to do or needed. But what were you doing during everything I did or did not do to give you that dream? Showing myself to be the jackass I am, I suppose. So, all kidding aside, and I mean all kidding, why can't you even call. That one simple thing that I asked of you, that one tiny effort that would put this whole thing at least neatly into a drawer that never need be opened again. I decided, or you convinced me, that you deserve better. Easy enough. But what do I deserve? What did I get? Again, I joke. Cannot let go. I'm told that this is a joke a joke taken entirely too far. And not just by you, even as you laughed dementedly, not at anything funny at all, by the way. It was my word that was a joke to you. My promise to you. It was your promise, your word, that was a stand-up routine to you. And to me, it was a commitment. A big one. I stood by. One I made happen under the worst of circumstances. I did it. I stood my ground, waiting for your end of the deal to follow, waiting for you to be safe, waiting for you to arrive. I would pick you up at the airport, of course. That, I suppose, was another one-sided joke, oft repeated by both of us, but no matter how laughingly from me, dead serious. Do I mean dead in a bad way? It is the word that comes naturally into my head, no matter how hard I try otherwise. So, if you must, go ahead. Run like a coward from every ringing telephone. I have a certain familiarity with this routine. The difference here is I have more cards in my hands. And I have that adamant, I will never let anyone ever do this to me again. It's a very large thing, as it turns out, I'm thinking, looking at my unplayed cards. I do not like this sort of thing, but you cannot even call me, even though you know I'm no jackass. I mean, not, like all jackasses, but maybe I am the loser jackass, and his cousin, the fool jackass. And would you just look at me, sitting here? I know that it is an impossibility, but nevertheless, still attempting to save your sorry ass with a telephone. Hi, it's me. How are you doing? Please don't forget the consulate and where we were the autumn we met when you landed right in front of the temple in Bangkok, all serious like.